Hey everyone, it's R-Man Reviews, and today I'm going to be talking about my weekly, next weekly Stine Goosebumps Library book haul for you guys today. Yeah, so far I think in total I think I done like 3 or 4 in total book hauls so far. I think 1 or 2 of them, maybe less, maybe more, were other library book hauls. I don't remember, but yeah, I have 5 original series R.L. Stine Goosebumps books here to show you guys today in this video. 2 of which have the reprint cover arts with like the different colored borders on them, and then I have 2 original first printing copies of 2 books of the 2 books here. Of the other 2 books here that I have. Yeah, again, these all came from the same library that is located in this city, right next to the city that I live in. I've talked about that numerous times before, and that's where I've picked up a lot of my other used library R.L. Stine Goosebumps books and Fear Street books from. Was from that same library, and I reviewed some of them on my few of my other book haul videos, so you can check those out too. But anyways, the first book that I have here, I'm not going to go in order, but anyways, the first book here is called Say Cheese and Die Again. Yes, this is one of the reprints that I just mentioned before, with a different colored border around it. In that case, it's green, so it looks pretty nice. The cover looks very similar to the original book's cover art, just different. I don't like it as much as the original, but it looks pretty nice. Just quite a bit of color added onto there. I like the green, especially on the back too. Now I noticed something kind of odd is that this book is really thin compared to these other 3 books that I have for this haul today. It's just very thin, as you can see. Also, the book is like very, very flexible when you like bend it. I mean, I could bend it this much, which I'm not going to do it to hurt the book or anything like that. Even when I open up the book, it can like open up to this far back. That's really, really interesting. It just opens up so easily. I mean, I'll show you real quick. It just drops down like so easily, so it's pretty interesting. Yeah, even though this is a reprint copy of the book here, they still do have all have the raised lettering right here, and all the books, I think, in the original series, most of them or all of them, I think, did have this same embossed lettering effects, or not embossed, raised lettering effects. The next reprint copy here that I have is more embossed. But yeah, it's just very slightly bumpy compared to the original first printing copies of the books in the original series. But yeah, a lot of people really, really do not like this sequel compared to the original. And yeah, I of course personally loved the original Say Cheese and Die, but I'm really curious about this one based on what a lot of people think of it. But I just picked it up anyways to try it out. I mean, it may be a better sequel. I mean, you never know. Anyways, the second book that I have here, yeah, I think I'm actually going... No, I'm not going in order. This next book is a first printing copy of the book here, of this particular book. It's number 41 in the original series, called Bad Hair Day. Another book in the series, in the original series, that a lot of people tend to not really enjoy a lot. They just kind of find it not really scary, bizarre, kind of insane and nuts. But the cover actually looks pretty nice too. You got this big old rabbit right here. I mean, that cover never used to appeal to me absolutely at all when I was first getting into Goosebumps. But I like the color scheme with like this pinkish color, white color, or something like that. And like this tan color just looks very, very nice. Yeah, I'm really curious as to if this one will be good either, but I picked it up anyways just to give it a try too, just like the sequel down there. But okay, 2 more books left. These last 2 books have actually orange colors colors on them, so it's pretty nice. This next one is book 17. Yeah, I definitely didn't go in order. We're jumping way back to book 17 now. In the original series called Why I'm Afraid of Bees. This copy here of the book definitely has the most wear onto it, especially on that corner right there. Just a little bit of creasing. The back kind of has a little bit of wear, I guess you could say. But other than that, it's kind of in a good enough, decent shape for me to read it comfortably. But the cover always looks kind of weird to me. Very weird, actually. I mean, like, it's just a kid's head on a bee's body. Yeah, in the background, why is the background, like, orange? That must be a sunset. Or not sunset. Whatever, you know what I mean. It's so weird. I love the orange, though, on this cover. Also, the yellow looks pretty good. Again, you have the raised lettering right there. So this is a first printing copy of the book. Yeah, I have kind of always wanted to pick this book up ever since, like, ever since, like, I've been in Goosebumps for, like, 1 or 2 years now. I just kind of wanted to give some more of the books a chance in the original series that I didn't like when I was first getting into Goosebumps. Yeah, and this one's one of them. Yeah, I'm just not the most interested or thrilled in reading this book. I hear a lot of people say that it's not the most scariest Goosebumps book out there, but I mean, it could be good. And a lot of people just find this as kind of funny, kind of silly, mostly silly. But yeah, I mean, it could be good, just like those other two. And then this last book here is a book that I have been desperately trying to find a copy of. No matter what edition it is, or, yeah, in that same library. But then I finally found a copy of it called How I Learned to Fly, in a reprint too. Yeah, I love the orange border on this cover art so much. It's just beautiful. I mean, the back looks the best. It's just completely orange. Like, how could you not love that for this reprint copy of the book? Yeah, I am so excited to read this book. Kind of like those other 3 books when I was first getting into Goosebumps. Excuse me. It was just another one of those books that just never really interested me or pleased me. Sorry, I cannot talk today as a kid. Anyways, yeah, How I Learned to Fly. Really, actually satisfying, pretty cool cover art. I like the background. You got human legs there, pants, tennis shoes, seagulls, and that looks like the Golden Gate Bridge back there in the background. Pretty nice. Oh, I dropped it. Oh my gosh, I nearly dropped the book. Oh, yeah, I was like holding it like this, and I put it down, and then it hit my camera stand, and I nearly dropped it. Yeah, and also the lettering, as I mentioned before, it's, even though it's harder to see on camera, it's a little more embossed and a little bit more bumpy. But yeah, How I Learned to Fly. And everyone, that is all my 4 books for this week's book haul for you guys today. Yeah. I also noticed that How I Learned to Fly is also kind of more thinner than those other 2. Just like the Say Cheese and Die Again. But yeah, there they all are. The top two books I'm most excited to read out of these 4 is probably going to be How I Learned to Fly and Why I'm Afraid of Bees. Those other 2 are just, well, Say Cheese and Die and Bad Hair Day. I'm just not as much interested in reading, but I'm still going to give them a try. I'm definitely going to read this one first to get it out of the way, because, you know, it still may be bad, and I may still really hate it. But you never know. Anyways, guys, that wraps up my book haul video for you guys today. Thanks for watching. Comment down below, subscribe down below, and I'll see you again in my next videos. Take care.